What's up, guys? So on this video I'm going to go over Nvidia, but before I do, if you wouldn't mind smashing that like button, leaving a comment below. It helps the channel grow, greatly appreciate that, as well as the Discord that I run. It's completely free for right now, so take advantage of that. The link's in the description below, but let's get into the charts. So on the monthly, you can see we're still extended. I'm just going to start from the bigger picture here. We're formulating upper wick from selling, so any more selling throughout the rest of the month, if we close that, it's going to be a reversal candle. Still far away from the 8, 20. And if we go down to the weekly chart, we've had non-stop green candles for a very long time. Inside bar, broke bull, but for now we got a rejection. And this is kind of what I was saying on that video yesterday. So this is what the bulls didn't want to see, and why I said I didn't know how I was going to play this. I wanted to play a bull break potentially if they would have did what I wanted them to do. Like I wanted them to come up, set a lower high, tighten up a little bit, and then bust through it. But instead, what they chose to do is gap it up. So that's why I had this gap here that obviously filled. Tried to push it right away in the early portion of the day, and because of these resistance zones being so far away, like I said previously, you're not tight enough. So you have one resistance break and it got shorted right into. And right now in after hours, we're down at 868. So we're even lower, which I think is like somewhere around there. You know what I mean? We're still within this range that was tightening up, but we had that false break. Now we're at the low. Do we bear break out of this and see if we can get follow through, fill that weekly gap below? We will see. I'm not really wanting to short Nvidia. I have shorted it a lot over the last 2 years, but what I'm thinking is I would probably rather short SMCI over Nvidia. This thing's a beast. So if I'm going to long something, I'll probably long Nvidia over SMCI if it's options, I guess. And if I'm going to play something bearish, I'll go with SMCI. I think that's way overpriced from where it should be. And at least this company, you know, is growing exponentially, so they're a little more bullish in my eyes. We still have this gap down here too from the earnings. That could take a while. Obviously, you see I have this zone here. I think this coming down here, we still have the 20 period moving average on the daily that we could bounce off of too. This is going to be a harder short. Give me this price though in a long, and we're oversold on an hourly, 4-hour, daily, something like that. And I'm definitely interested, depending on how we get there. Like I want to see some hard selling, you know what I mean? So maybe flush all this stuff, fill the gap, bounce up, and we close above the 20 that day or something, set a daily lower high, come back down here. I'll play that bounce right out of this zone. We'll see what happens. It's a lot of time in between now and then. I just know I'm going to play this ticker long if I play it. For right now, I'm looking at SMCI. I think there's a lot of opportunity there. That has a lot of longs trapped, so I'm going to be shorting that for a little bit. Yeah, so that's just some brief analysis here. Obviously, you can see we're just choppy, so I'm not playing this tomorrow. I won't even play a bear break. Like I said, I'm not interested at all. It's a beast of a company. Like we could end up coming down here and say we break this support, and then I think they have the conference lasts till Wednesday. We have FOMC, so we could easily chop around here. And I hate trading FOMC weeks. I absolutely hate them because volume tends to dry up into them at some point. They get choppy, and then Powell comes out and starts talking, and the markets go all over the damn place. So it's a little annoying. I'm going to scalp tomorrow is what I'm thinking. Not this ticker. SMCI, maybe the market itself. And I probably won't trade until Powell's done talking, to be honest. I just have my own track history for the FOMC days is just really bad. So I'm trying to stay clear. And I'll let the dust settle and tell me what the market wants to kind of do. But for right now, that's some brief analysis for this chart. Obviously, this is not good. Like breaking out of this and rejecting right away. That's telling me that bears are willing to short at this point, like short any kind of pops. It is very extended on the weekly and monthly. Weekly still almost at 90, and we're not even touching the 8. You know what I mean? We have a weekly gap, which is what has been my thesis on SMCI and Nvidia here. Is you don't get these very often, weekly gaps, and when you're extended like this, that's gonna fill. It's just trying to pick it time-wise is a little trickier. Um, got paid pretty good on my SMCI puts today, so it worked out the game plan on how I tackled it. So, yeah, if this does come down and fill this gap on a weekly chart, like this is talking about weeks from now, you know what I mean? But I believe personally we're about to enter weekly slash monthly consolidation, which is kind of what I've been looking at. If this weekly pulls back even more and we fill that gap right, that means this monthly chart is going to have a large upper wick. And if that is a large upper wick, that's a reversal candle, then we'll look for that low to break. So it's just longer term consolidation here. Like it's still going to be a monthly uptrend, likely. Like that's the most likely scenario. You can see that our last low was all the way down here at around $400. Popped up here. The most likely scenario is find a higher low on the monthly. And then we could tighten up on the monthly. It doesn't mean we pop to a new all-time high, but looking for consolidation. I think that this is going to force the market to start consolidating as well. We're still not there yet. I shorted that last week and exited, thank God, because we gapped up today on Monday. And yeah, it would have given back a lot of profit there. It's been a little trickier. It's not easy to kill a bull. Shorting is pretty hard. But I like to short these really extended markets, something I really think is highly profitable if you're patient and disciplined enough. And obviously the market has to give you that entry. Like I can gap it down on you, and I've seen that happen. It's kind of sucks when they take away the trade. They've done it to me on the indexes a couple times where it just gaps down overnight, 2%. It's like, well, there was my short. I was waiting for one, the bearish divergence and everything. So I've always heard from other people bears aren't sneaky, but they definitely are sometimes. The market just takes away the trade. So we could easily, eventually, like I said, fill this, come down on a weekly chart. If we filled this gap, if we got down there and filled that gap, and then this 20 period moving average is creeping up. So say over the next couple of weeks, like we come down here, bounce, weekly lower high, come back down. This is going to be support. There's support here pre-earnings, so before anyone knew they were that good. This is going to, hold up, I think, over time. It's not going anywhere. This is a long-term bull market in my eyes as far as all this AI nonsense, but I think we're going to be in some weekly, monthly consolidation, so I'm not looking to enter longs anytime real soon. If you do, that's up to you, obviously. I'm just telling you my opinion on here. Yeah, that's it for right now. Gonna formulate game plans in the pre-market. I'm going over thoughts for now, going into tomorrow, but always have to adjust according to what the pre-market does. If you want to know my entries, exits, and my thoughts throughout the day, I post in Discord throughout the whole day. It's completely free. It won't always be free, so take advantage of it. One of the things that I like to do is I hunt recreationally, and since I quit my job, I did this last year as well. I'm going to go hunt a couple states, and I'll be gone for 3-4 months. So I'll still trade in the tree stand. I did that last year too, but at the same time, I'm not going to be as active, so I'm not going to charge anyone money for this at all. So you'll have a full year of asking me questions, learning behind me, see if I'm, bullshitting you or not, see if I'm real. You have nothing to lose, really. If you want to join the Discord, like I said, it's free. Links in the description below. And until next time, I wish you the best in the markets.